Hi, Bruce here again. There's a follow-up to the last video about what I call the 90-10 problem, where it's very common that people think something is someone else's fault when really the majority of time it's a collaborative issue that two or more parties need to work together, either to integrate two pieces of software or support an end user or whatever it may be. So the question is, how you establish trust and credibility. So what I tell people is that there are certain behavioral standards in human beings, and one of them is that they don't change their opinion of things in the near term. So, for example, if you asked your kid to clean their room and they did it for a week, and then the next week they fell off the wagon, you'd again think of them as somebody who didn't, clean the room enough or take out the trash or whatever you wanted. So, that period, if you look at the literature, happens to be about 3 weeks before people believe that a change is permanent. So, for example, if somebody's asking you for support with your software, and every 2.5 weeks you have a bug that you have to fix, they'll lose confidence that it's their problem and lose confidence in that it's not your problem. If you can go 3 weeks without them having any problems, or especially 5 or 6 or 10 weeks, then they'll start to believe that, yeah, the software is very stable, and even if previously they thought it wasn't, their behavior and thought pattern will change. And in the meantime, you have to work really hard to accept the fact that when the problem is yours, you need to fix it, and it is due to, say, the software or some other error you made, because that sort of openness leads them to believe that when you tell them honestly, hey, it's not my issue, I think it's on your end, that they know that, if it was your issue, you'd be willing to own up to it. So you really need to be highly confident in your own software and in your own processes, so that 98% of the time or so it's your issue. It's not your issue if you say it's not your issue, and really you should be 100% sure before you say it's not your issue. So when you're asked about it, I always advise technical people to be what I call right or contrite. So do your homework. Start with the, oh, I'll look into it, not, oh, it's not our issue. You look into it, and until, again, the vast majority of times it's not your issue, end users are going to assume that they should just keep coming to you for a solution. So get your ducks in a row and be ready to show somebody on a consistent basis that you're open to the feedback and the criticism, but you're also tightening up your processes in response to their prior feedback. And again, after 3, 4, 5 weeks, you'll notice their behavior change. Until next time, this is Bruce.